Last year, I feel like something big happened. We've been hearing about AI for many years, how it's going to make repeatable, boring tasks something of the past, and how we as individuals are going to be able to spend a lot more time focusing on the things that matter. And yeah, sure, that's been happening to an extent for some time now. We're seeing AI creep into various parts of our lives, and it's making recommendations, it's helping us pick out better products. But last year, it felt like a real moment. Everyone started talking about something a little bit different: generative AI.
All right, last week, the artificial intelligence company OpenAI unveiled ChatGPT-4.
Human beings have created something that is far smarter than they are.
And other countries trying to influence our elections.
It has the potential of civilizational destruction.
And hey, Gen AI is exciting. With a simple prompt, it can create its own text, audio, imagery, video. It can even create code to help you produce new products. So last year, everyone started playing with it. They started getting access to ChatGPT, typing in new prompts, seeing what it came back with. And there was a lot of excitement, and then suddenly a bit of fear. Well, if it can create this content, what does that mean for my job? What does that mean for me in the future? Surely, before I know it, the AI is going to replace me.
This is the worst.
And look, that is a valid concern. It is fundamentally going to change how a lot of us work. You're probably already using it to some extent today. So what does it mean to us, the product managers? Is this something that's going to suddenly replace our jobs in the future? Well, I don't think it's going to replace us as product managers, but it is important that we as product managers look to embrace this new technology and think about how it can make us build better products. I've been doing some research to look at the types of use cases that might be most relevant to us as product managers. And today I'm going to talk to you about the top 5 that I think you should be applying to your job. Okay, use case number 1, product analytics. Generative AI can be a game changer for product managers. Instead of sifting through mountains of data for hours, it can do the heavy lifting for you. It analyzes live product data, spots trends, and even makes recommendations based on its findings. What that does for you is that frees your time up to make much more strategic decisions and really bring value to your product. The second use case, analyzing customer feedback. Let's say your product is an app and you've got that live on the market and you keep looking at feedback on the App Store or in Google reviews. Well, actually that takes a lot of time. Now with generative AI, analysing customer feedback and NPS scores becomes a breeze. It quickly sifts through all the comments and scores, identifying patterns and insights that might have taken you hours to find. This way you can understand what your customers love and what needs improvement, allowing you to make smarter decisions to enhance your product and customer experience. Okay, time for use case number 3, and it's a big one: backlog management. What if we could streamline backlog management, roadmap optimization, and feature prioritization? How might we use generative AI to analyze data and identify valuable user features efficiently? Well, theoretically that's possible. By leveraging its capabilities, we can make informed decisions, ensure our roadmap aligns with market demands, and accelerate our product success. Here's what I'm thinking. Imagine you were able to tell a generative AI, this is my backlog, and this is what's going on in the market. This is what's happening in my organization. These are what different parts of the organization are telling me. And here is how I would typically prioritize my features. Then there's nothing to stop it from giving you some suggestions. And if you could do that, it's bound to accelerate your ability to create a backlog that's prioritized in a way that makes sense to your organization. However, here's the thing. That backlog clearly needs to be organized in a pretty consistent way, which takes me on to the 4th point. Use case number 4, helping create user stories and personas. Imagine if it really was effortless to create a new persona or a user story. As soon as you've got an insight from your users or from the market, you just create a template, you set a prompt, and it drafts it for you. Well, this feels like it's totally possible. And if you could do that, it would speed up your time to get into the actual conversations on how you can make that happen with your delivery team and get it into the hands of users quickly. Awesome. So, time for number 5, the final one. And how do I say this? Communication. As product managers, you're always communicating to different stakeholders. Those could be the users, that could be your managers, that could be different departments. So imagine if you just created the key content and then drafted different types of communication for those different groups. Again, like with all of this, you might want to review the communication that you're about to send and tweak it in places, but it could totally speed up your process of getting information out to lots of people quickly. And often, let's be honest, having to tell different groups of people the same thing over and over again can be a bit tedious anyway. So this feels like a real winner to me. Not completely replacing your role in communicating, but at least accelerating your ability to do it and tailoring it for different audiences. Anyway, they're my 5 ideas of use cases that any product manager could start looking at for how they can use Gen AI to help them in their roles. I don't believe that Gen AI is going to replace us as product managers. It's so important that we have individuals making choices on what our products do. There's true business context to think about, really understanding your users, not to mention the ethical concerns around where and when you should be using certain technologies. But if it can help us, if it can accelerate us and make the work that we do more tailored for the people that we're communicating with, then surely that's a pretty good thing. What I'd love to hear is where you're starting to experiment with Gen AI yourself and what tools you're using to do it. If you are experimenting already, please let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear about it. And if you found this video interesting or useful, please give it a like and maybe even subscribe to the channel. I'm new on here, I'm trying to find out what kind of videos are most useful for new product managers out there. One of my ideas for other videos is to actually start experimenting and playing with some of the tools that use generative AI for product managers. So let me know in the comments if that might be of interest. So I'll see you next time. Well, that is unless the robots have taken over.